everyone. I'm Ambassador Dr. Queen Blessing Ebigesin, popularly known as Black Queen. I'm an Hollywood actress and a filmmaker. I'm the president and founder of Queen Blessing Foundation and the vice president of Association of Movie Producers Nigeria. This morning, I just want to talk about something very interesting, okay? So, a lady contacted me and she's based in Port Harcourt. Very interesting story. After giving her my advice and telling her what I think and what I don't, think, I just think I should put it out here to teach some people, because these are very critical times we're living. The world is changing, and it's changing in a very bad way. A lot of terrorists, a lot of armed robbers, a lot of bad things are happening. And when you just meet somebody online, yeah, social media has connected all of us globally, but that doesn't mean that you just see somebody online, you don't even know that person, the person tells you I want to see you, and the next thing, boom, you are off and go. And we see videos of ritual killings all the time, but people are not learning. And so we can't just stop talking about those things. We need to keep talking until people listen. Okay, so according to her, she wanted my advice or rather, she wanted me to use my platform to call out somebody who offended her. When I asked her what actually happened, she told me that she met a guy online who lives in Kano, and that the guy, they talked, they were chatting, doing video calls and all that for about 3 weeks, and the guy promised her marriage. And then the guy then said to her, come visit me in Kano. And the guy bought her flight ticket. It was a one-way ticket. Now, when she got to Kano, the guy didn't take her to the house, took her to a hotel. Apparently, the guy had booked for 4 days. Now, that 4 days, she didn't get to know that the guy booked 4 days until the day she was going to leave. Now, when the guy booked 4 days, they stayed in the hotel. The first night, according to her, they had a good time, or so she thought. And then the second day, same thing. The man will always go out to buy their food. They never ate in the hotel, because according to the man, the hotel food was not that good and it was too expensive. So the man will go out alone, not with her, buy the food and come back. So the first day, second day, the third day, the man went out and told her that he was coming. And it took the man the whole evening. Finally, the man came and then left the next day and said he was coming again, but never showed up. Now, that was the fourth day. When the room expired, she slept there that fourth day alone. She didn't see the man. She kept calling. He wasn't picking his call anymore. And then the next message he would send to her was that, I'll get back to you. And then she stopped calling. And then the next day, when it was 12 o'clock, they came to knock on her door, and that she needs to leave. Now, before that time, she was very hungry, because the man left and said he was coming back and never did. Normally they were buying food outside. So she finally decided that, okay, since she doesn't know anywhere in Kano, it was her first time to Kano, let her order food. So she ordered the food from the hotel. The food was, I think, 5,000 or 6,000 naira. She ate the food. Basically, that was the only thing she had that day. And now the next day, the hotel people came and said, oh, you need to check out, or are you retaining the room? She said, well, I don't know if I'm retaining the room, because the person that kept me here left last night, or left yesterday afternoon, and has not returned. Didn't sleep here last night. They now said, okay, she should call the guy. She kept calling the guy, and the guy didn't pay. So the guy sent a message that the room that he paid for has expired that morning, that she should just check out. Then she sent a message back to the guy, according to her, that, okay, you want me to check out? Where do I check out to? How do I go back? You bought me a one-way ticket. I need a ticket to go back if you want me to go back, if you're too busy to see me and all that. And so the guy said, well, that she should find a way, figure out how she needs to go back, that she wasn't what he expected to see. She was speechless at that point. That, what do you mean I wasn't what you expected to see? I came, we've been together for at least 3 days. You had sex with me the whole time. We were together. We kept talking about marriage and everything. And then what do you mean I wasn't how? He now said the guy sent her a message and said her body was too open. That her private part was too open. That you cannot marry such a woman that has passed through too many men. At this point, I'm wondering how you know a woman has passed through so many men, because you feel her private part is not tight enough for you. And so she now said, okay, fast forward, what now happened? How did you now get back to Port Harcourt? She said when the hotel were shouting and quarreling and the noise became too much, some guests in the hotel came out. One man out of these guests that came out asked her what happened, and she explained. So the man told the hotel to put the bill of the food on his bill, and told her to pack her things and leave the room and come into his room while they figure out how she's going to get to Port Harcourt. Now, that man was her saving grace. According to her, she spent another 2 days with that man in that hotel. And she said to me, for a man that decided to buy me a ticket and all of that, of course, when he made advances to sleep with me, I decided to sleep with him because I was afraid that if I refuse, he would throw me out, and I don't know anybody in Kano, and I didn't know what to do. And he promised to buy me a ticket. As a matter of fact, he bought the ticket and gave me the code. And so for me, I just felt, just do what you have to do and get back to your station. Now, the two lessons people need to learn in this is that for her to sleep with the second man was not because of her choice. It was because she was vulnerable. It was because she had no money to buy her ticket to go back. Now, it's because she knew nobody in that city. Now, do you blame the man for that situation? You know how it is. A man sees somebody and likes her and decides to take advantage. Some of them take advantage of you because they're in a position of power and they feel that that's the best chance for them to do it. And it could have been that it just happened, not because the man wanted to take advantage of her, it just happened. So let's even leave that one. And I asked her, I said, so you mean you didn't have any money in your account that could have bought your return ticket? She said no. I said, see, one thing I have learned in my life is never go anywhere with a one-way ticket unless you are going there never to return. If you're going there and you are hoping to return, never go to anywhere with a one-way ticket. You must have your return ticket on hand no matter what. Because even if you have the money in your account and you don't have your return ticket, the day you are ready to come back, what if airlines decide that they are fully booked and you can't book a ticket? It means you have to wait till the next day. So because of all those frustrations, I always go to anywhere I'm going with a return ticket. Now, if you know you couldn't afford a flight ticket and this man offered to buy you a ticket and you know you don't have money in your account, what you could have done is to insist on a return ticket or tell him to give you that money so that you can use it to travel by road if you really desperately wanted to see him. That's number one lesson everybody needs to learn from this story, and she also has learned. Number two lesson is, how do you meet somebody online, chat with the person for 3 weeks, and boom, from Port Harcourt, look at the distance to Kano, you're going to visit the man? For Christ's sake, we are no longer afraid of our lives. Yes, I'm not saying there are not good people online. I've met a lot of fantastic people online, but there are lots of people I've also met online that we have never met, and we've been friends for 2-3 years and we're still talking. In fact, some of them have met their family members, but I haven't even met them physically because maybe they are not even in my city and all of that. What happens to you getting to know people very, very well before visiting them? Okay, now what happened to her is even okay. We're here telling the story because she's alive to tell the story. What if she went to the man and the man is a ritualist and killed her? A lot of women are dying every day. Not just majority women, yes, but even it happens to men. Men fall victim too, but majority is women, and that's why I'm emphasizing on women. A lot of women are dying every day just because they meet people on social media and they decide to go visit them. Some of them never go back. Some of them, it becomes a loss, a case that people are saying this person is lost, we need to find this person, and the list goes like that. Let's learn lessons. Let's not just see people online. Some people are using fake accounts. Some people use pictures that you think they are the ones, they are not the ones. And you just go and you find yourself in a deep mess. I want to thank God for this lady's life. At least she's gone back to Port Harcourt. The other man helped her, even though the man did not just help her without taking something in return. But I mean, he helped her and she's gotten back to her base. According to her, the man even gave her extra 100,000. I mean, that's her saving grace. That's her saving grace. The man saved her. And for me, so I don't want to fault the man in anything. You are with a woman, she's not related to you. You guys are in the hotel for 2 days. Anything might happen. It's only a woman that is related to you that you can be in the same room with or in the same space that you might not even be able to move or anything like that. But somebody that is not related to you, anything can happen. So let's even leave that. They are both adults and that's their cup of tea. So basically, I now told her, I said, look at my page very well. I don't call out people. When I treat relationship issues or personal life issue or anything at all, I help you treat, be it somebody owing you and all, I don't call them out. I call the two parties involved. I try to settle them amicably. That's what I do. I believe in building. I don't believe in destroying. So for me, I can't call this person out. But if you can give me his number, I will talk to him. So I called the guy. To cut long story short, and I said, so. He didn't deny. He said yes. I said, so why did you behave like that? He said that the lady was not what he expected. That the lady body was too open, and he couldn't have married such a woman. And I said, why did you even take her in the hotel in the first place? He said, because he's already married, that he was looking for a second wife. I said, oh, you're married and you're looking for a second wife. You have children? He said, yes. I said, you have a girl? He said, yes, he has 2 daughters. I said, what you have done to this girl, somebody else can do it to your daughter. I'm not cursing you, but it can happen to your daughter. He said, God forbid, his daughter cannot just go to anywhere without you. See, that means he also know that what that lady did by just coming to see him in Kano was wrong. And I said to him, even if you did not want to marry her again, or you feel that you don't want that relationship again, what you should have done, if you are a gentleman, obviously you're not, is that you should have paid her ticket back to her destination. Then when she gets to her destination, you can now break up with her. You don't abandon somebody you invited from such a distance to your own city for the first time and abandon them. That is witchcraft. Even if the lady does not curse you, you already be cursed. So if you want to make amends, call her and apologize to her, and maybe send her a return ticket. That way you know you have done your own part. And well, yesterday the girl called me and said the man called her and sent her 80,000 naira to cover for her return ticket and called it quits. So I said, okay, are you happy now? She said, well, she's happy, just that she's still hurt that what happened. I said, no, you don't have to be hurt. It's a lesson for you. Next time, you might not be this lucky. Next time you meet somebody online, you decide to go and visit them because they promise you marriage or whatever, you might end up dead. Don't do it again. And she said, okay. So for me, I'm just putting this out here for people to know that these are very dangerous times. There are different sets of people on social media. Some are here for business, some are here to just kill people, some are here to do all sorts of things. Don't fall victim. I just thank God for this girl's life. She's at least happy, she's okay, and I was able to make sure that she didn't call that man out, because the man is a married man. Said he's looking for a second wife. I don't even believe he's looking for a second wife, just looking for people to sleep with. That's just it. So because if he calls him out now, how will she even explain? What will she say she sold to him that she's asking him for money for? So at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense to be called out at all. It's going to stress the man's marriage. It's going to just waste her time and also spoil her name. Right now, I'm telling this story without putting a face or a name to it, so nobody knows who I'm talking to. So she still has a very good chance of getting married to somebody very good. Anyway, guys, drop your comments at the comment section of this video if you have anything to say to this girl. But please, let's not insult her. She has already been insulted by what that man did, and she has already learnt her lesson. Just give her a good advice, or give anybody that you think will be reading the comment section an advice based on what I have said on this video.